Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I'm Joe.
And I'm Travis.
And today we are bringing you such a special treat.
So special.
Thanks to Mr. Travis here, we were given the opportunity to interview the one, the only, the incomparable Amanda Noret, aka Madison Sinclair. This was one of my favorite things to do. She is so fucking fun. I wish we would have gotten video of it because she does a lot of mannerisms when she's talking about Madison and doing like any of the stuff we talk about, and it's so fucking perfect. And there'll be some parts throughout this where you won't really hear it or we'll talk about something she's like doing physically and you can't see, and I apologize for that. This is a podcast, but
honestly,
it was really good.
At the end of the day, this is more for us than you guys, and we're just allowing you to like listen in.
You're welcome.
But this was definitely more of a Joe and Travis situation. And
it was his last day visiting here, and we got to
fucking talk to Madison fucking Sinclair.
It was amazing. And I just want to say, I do apologize for the audio. That was poor planning on my part. We did not have a headphone splitter, and my computer is too old to do 2 audio outputs at a time. So you're going to hear an echo throughout this. And I tried getting it as best I can. And Amanda and her husband, Chuck, did just the greatest thing with recording the audio separate, which ideally you wouldn't have gotten an echo because of that, but I am a failure of a human, and when we hopefully do this again, it'll sound so much better.
That's enough about us. Enjoy our chat.
I have had so much fun with the Real Housewives of Neptune.
Yes.
That's been, I think, my favorite. I'm
really proud of that question.
Oh yeah. One of my best friends, her name is Liz Kraft, and she actually has 2 podcasts. One is called Happier, and the other one is Happier in Hollywood. So I don't know if you guys listen to other podcasts, but you should definitely check it out.
I do.
She loves the Real Housewives, and
that's awesome.
And so I was thinking, I was like channeling her. I was like, oh, okay, let me think of her writing prowess, right? Because she's a writer. And I was like, all right, I need to be a little catty. I need to get my catty attitude on when I do these. And I even tried to break it down into seasons.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, because they have different seasons, you know, their little taglines.
Yes.
So anyway, this was very exciting for me. So thank you.
I'm really proud because I came up with the housewife thing in one of our episodes.
So
credit where
credit's due.
Madison would be on the Housewives for sure. Yeah,
it's her next.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I mean, this would be right up her alley. Am I cutting out?
No, you're good.
Am I cutting out with you guys? Okay, I'm gonna just make sure that you guys aren't cutting out for me.
Perfect.
I guess I'm Travis, by the way, and this is Joe.
Joe. Yeah.
Nice to meet y'all.
You too.
We are huge Madison fans, and she does not, nor do you get the credit that's deserved for Madison. She's so misunderstood. No one gets it.
Thank you.
She's just trying to live her best life, and everyone keeps trying to bring her down, and she just wants to have a good time. She's here for a good time, not a long time.
That's right. She is here for a good time, and nobody deserves tuna in their car.
No one.
Oh my God.
And
it's gross. And she...
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh, no, I was going to say, she also, has no idea what's going on a lot of the times. In the background, Like, she has no idea. She doesn't know what's going on. So a lot of the times she shows up and there's all this animosity going on. And she's just like, why are you at my party?
Right? No one
She
invited
doesn't know
you.
she's been switched. She doesn't know that these aren't her parents. She doesn't know that, you know, her sister is so obviously not her sister. You know? She has no idea. You know? So, like, there's all this backstory, and she's just trying to, like, enjoy her, like, you know, musical symphony that's set up for her with her cake. And then her mom's all angry at her, and she's like, has no idea why, because clearly they're setting her up for this. Like, if you're gonna hire a symphony, you're gonna expect to have a brat.
Yes.
You know? It's like, you're gonna have this. This is what's gonna happen in your life. You can't be mad at the product.
Yes.
You know?
So does that mean
she's
your
not
kids...
hurting anybody?
So
I mean, she is like
in then? For your kids' birthdays?
No.
You don't send a 12-piece orchestra over to the school to sing happy birthday?
No, my kids would move out. They would be so embarrassed. I mean, seriously, I go to my kids' like final football game, and my older son, he got second place, and I'm standing there and I'm like, it's the, you know, afterwards where the coach is giving the awards to each kid, and every kid that gets his award, the coach says something nice about him, and I'm recording, and my son is sitting there listening to the coach, like, you know, say the nice stuff about him, and he looks over at me, and I'm recording, and he's like, narrows his eyes, he's like, oh my God, go away. You know, he wants his own Uber account. He's like, go. You know, I mean, he would literally leave the family. He almost left us for a cloud couch at a neighbor's house because it was so comfortable. He's like, literally, I just need a toothbrush. I need a charger. Need my iPad. I need some pajamas. Like, yeah.
And I'm set.
No, I don't have Madison as a kid, for sure.
That's good news.
Yeah.
Oh, so I follow you on Instagram, and he seems like such a fun kid. And the fact that he renamed your iPhone to Boy or Thick Boy.
Thick Boy.
I lost my shit.
Yeah, I'm Thick Boy.
We were...
And my husband's Hydro Flask.
This is the funniest thing. We were at brunch yesterday when I saw that, and I just lost my shit.
We were so drunk at that point, and then that just was over the top.
It was the greatest moment.
I know. Well, and he has all these scrunchies that he puts on his wrist.
It's so funny that it's like a fad now with the Visco girls. It's just the greatest.
I know, but what's great is like he sees the humor and the ridiculousness of the whole thing. That
awesome
he's like
kid.
in on the joke of it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not, you know, trying to do that. I'm just trying to see the humor of it. So, and now other people are like wearing the scrunchies, and it's like, he just thinks it's so funny. And his teacher said, you know, they're so distracting that now the scrunchies are only allowed if they're in your hair. So now he has like 8 in his hair. And I'm like, Oliver, how long is it going to take before that's not allowed anymore? And he's like, I don't know, give it a week.
We'll see when we get there.
You know. Yeah, we'll just see when we get there. You know, there's a whole line of things that have been like outlawed.
That's crazy.
In the classes because they're just too exciting.
Yeah.
We had none of that.
Well, I don't know. They banned when I was in school like gel pens because we were like sending notes to. You weren't allowed to do any homework in gel pens because people would use like fluorescent colors and the teacher couldn't read the homework.
Oh, yeah.
Like some bright yellow, and the teacher's just like, what the hell is this?
Oh,
What
yeah.
if-
Or the invisible ones.
Yes.
You have to put, like, the black light. It's
Yeah.
like, what? I did my homework.
It's not
You don't
my
have a
fault you
black
don't want
light?
a black light. Like everyone else does.
Yeah, like, that's on you. That's on you, history teacher. Like, you got to get yourself a black light.
I'm just being innovative here, and you're bringing me down.
Yeah, this school is way too inside the box.
That's horrible. That's rude.
Yeah, I don't know about this.
But so when let's travel back to 2003, 4.
Oh my
3,
God.
4 with the casting.
Let's please.
It was a good
By the
year.
way, yes, I actually, like, I just want to say, when I look back at seasons 1 to 3, and I just look back at Madison's journey, I just want to say that I appreciate all the fans for, just loving me and
Right?
my journey through my hair colors and my wigs and my physical ups and downs of my like so clear like body image stuff. I was like, it's so funny when I saw your question. It was like, did you think you were coming back? I'm like, well, you can kind of tell through my hair color and like my weight gain and loss that I never thought I was coming back. Because I'd be like, I'd have like 6 weeks would go past and I'd be like, I think I'm meant to be a brunette. Or I think what I really need is to go to Vidal Sassoon and get like a mullet. So then I'd show up on set and I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I just got a mullet, basically. Is there anything we can do with this?
I need pictures of this mullet. Oh my God, it sounds amazing.
I think you can see it in one of the episodes. And I think like somebody commented like, oh my God, does Madison have a mullet? You guys, I mean, there's supposed to be flashbacks of me and I had just dyed my hair brown and then they're like, oh my God, you have to be blonde and we have no hair budget for Madison, so let's do the best we can with this wig.
Did they use
You guys?
Did they use Kristen Bell's flashback wig from the pilot for you, or did they was it just like finding a wig around there? They just
I don't know, but I so appreciate the hair and makeup because you guys, you can see. I mean,
You looked good. As a brunette,
I
though.
literally
Yeah.
became.
I was a fan of the brunette.
I liked brunette Madison.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I became really superstitious that if I wanted to get back on the show, all I had to do is make myself as like insane looking as possible, and then it'd be like. Ring, ding, ding, Amanda, we have a call from Veronica Mars, and they want to see you back. And then I'd have to be like, oh my God, you guys, I don't have boobs anymore.
Just like G.I. Jane yourself and be like, I'm gonna get back into season 3.
I'm telling you, I mean, I was like, oh, I just went through this whole, like, I don't want fake boobs anymore thing, and now you want me in bed with Logan. I mean, I was, like, so horrified all the time. I mean, it's like Madison is so like, she's so narrow. And I am so, I mean, in 6th grade in Lubbock, Texas, I used to take all the markers of my like Crayola 100 and whatever marker pack, and I would sit there and I'd color my hair. I mean, so like she and I are very at odds with each other. And so every time I'd be like, oh, okay, well, here I am again,
Yeah,
back in that. So I was always changing.
I think that's what makes Madison work even more is that you're nothing like her. Like, you are a very nice person. So you get to, like, channel that, any sort of animosity you have, and, like, bring it out through Madison. And I think, like, it makes her shine even more. Like, it adds dimension to her, I guess, is what I'm
I mean, did you guys have people that she sparked for you? I mean, did you go to high school?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. My high school was really nice, but it was like a Canadian high school.
Oh my God.
So maybe it was a very friendly high school. I didn't have any.
Mine was not friendly. Mine was not. That.
Wait.
I definitely had we had our own Madison at my high school.
Yeah.
Everyone was nice.
I went to
school.
Whatever.
We're friendly in Canada.
Okay.
Yes, 100% no mean people in Canada.
Except he somehow got out, so I don't know
Okay, whatever.
where that comes from.
You're like, I have to get out, I'm too mean or something.
Right.
Is that...
There's no one to bully here.
I also was like a drama kid, so I was like very enclosed in like my own little bubble in high school, so I didn't pay attention to anything.
There were probably plenty of mean people there. So you have a cousin named Shelley Pomroy. And I didn't know that until like this previous year. And what did Rob named the character after her?
Mm-hmm. Yep, crazy. They actually went to school together.
Oh.
And yeah, they went to college together.
That's cool.
Yeah, so they went to college together. And then as far as the casting went, so she stayed in Texas, so she's still in Texas. And they were close friends. And then, of course, he moved out here. And then I moved out here when I was 16. And I had been doing acting for a while. I was on a soap opera and did a few things like City Guys, that Saturday morning show, and a few things around. And so I knew that he was creating shows. Like, she would talk about it, and I was always like, oh yeah, your friend, from Texas, creating shows, everybody knows somebody who's doing something. And then I ended up getting an audition for it, and I was so excited for the role. And I just remember having so much energy that day for the audition, and feeling like I could actually get it. Like, I don't know, so many auditions I went to, because I just went to you just go to like thousands of auditions, and sometimes you feel great, and just like anything, you wake up and it's like, oh yeah, today's whatever, but like that day just really felt awesome. And cool. I think part of it was because it was Rob's show, and I was like, it's just, it could happen. And I felt like Madison was so fun, and like, I got the pirate points. Like,
oh my God, pirate points are our favorite. It's our favorite.
The pirate point, and you guys, seriously, I went to 4 different high schools. My 4th high school, I had somebody say to me, because I was talking football with a guy, and apparently this guy was dating one of the cheerleaders, and I had no idea because I was new, and blah, blah, blah. And the cheerleader, I guess, was down there staring at me during the football game when she was supposed to be paying attention to the football game. Hello. And she was staring at me while I was talking to her, like, boyfriend or guy she had a crush on or guy she had like some sort of, claim on. Oh. And she had one of her friends go up the stairs and come up to me and say, "You're not scoring brownie points with Kimmy."
Of course her name's Kimmy. It would be Kimmy.
Kimmy. I wasn't scoring brownie points. And I was like, first of all, who the fuck is Kimmy? second of all, I'm talking football with this guy. I don't know. So I was like, oh my God, pirate points. So pirate points. So I was thinking about her and I was like, this is so perfect. And I had my mom actually going the lines back and forth while I was showering, and she was saying the lines and I was showering, and I'd actually just rollerbladed. So I thought my legs would look good, and I was like, oh, and I had all this good energy. And so I went in and I did it, and then they put me on tape again to send in, and I was like, this is good. And I was actually driving, and I remember getting a phone call, and I was like, oh my God, And then I heard that I was going to go film down by San Diego, and one of my best friends had just moved down there, and so anyway, all those like very important things.
Oh my God, I love
and
this.
Yeah. So anyway, so yes, my cousin is Shelley Pomroy. Sorry.
No, I got
the whole thing.
Pirate Points origin story, so that's even better. Oh my God, I love it. Pirate Points are the greatest.
Yeah. Brownie points from Kimmy, who's a cheerleader. Oh, and that night, I went to like an after football game party, which is very different from the Texas after football game parties. It's like a house party. And she literally confronted me.
Yes, she did.
Oh my God.
Yes, she did.
Oh my God. What?
And 6 months later, I was like, oh, and I remember I was like, what? Like, really? We're still talking about these brownie points? And I guess this has been something that had happened a lot. And the next day at school, I got a note passed from like this girl who I guess had been like under her thumb for a while. And the note just said, thank you.
Oh my God. That's amazing.
And I was like, yeah, I'm going to get my GED. I'm like, I'm done. I'm so done with school.
High school for girls
Well,
is so different than high school for guys.
It has to be so much
guys
harder.
Guys don't deal with that.
It's so much harder. My God.
I don't know. It's hard being new.
That I went to 4 different high schools, and it's rough.
You did?
I did. I went to altogether through like elementary and high school. I think it was 10 different schools, or 8 different schools that I had ended up going to, and it's rough. After a point, you're just like, I don't want to make friends with anyone. I don't care. I know I'm just gonna end up moving schools anyway. So, what's the point?
Yeah.
It just sucked.
Yeah.
And
it does.
The last time we moved was halfway through my senior year. So I didn't graduate with a single person I knew because I had all of like 5 months to like meet people and then graduate. So it's rough.
I went to one
it's
high
hard.
school. Just one. Sorry.
Oh,
We're bonding here. We're bonding.
No, you guys cut out for a second. So
no.
hold on. Now you're speeding back. Okay. Real time.
Real time.
It just, you guys went like...
It's trying to catch up with us.
It is hard because you don't understand all of the like minutia of like, if you talk to this person, you're not allowed to talk to that person.
Yeah.
And if you talk to these person and these people, and I didn't understand how when I moved out here that like in Texas, it was, at least where I was living, it was like, okay, it was a clear formula that if you were a cheerleader, a football player, or you were on the student council, that was like, you were the popular people.
Mm-hmm.
And that was very easy for me to understand.
Yeah.
And then when I came out here, if you ran for student council, you were like super lame. And the people who didn't give a fuck, they were the people who like were cool. So I was like, okay, now I don't understand.
Where's the hierarchy? I need
I didn't understand. I was like, I don't know. There's no point in, I mean, I didn't know where to.
I'm just going to stand over here and smile.
Yeah. Smile and wave.
Yep.
Smile
Yep.
and wave.
Someone will talk to me soon. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello.
You guys, when's lunch? When is
Yeah. I don't know who I'm allowed to sit with.
Yes.
I'm sitting with this person. Oh, so I ended up. Oh my God, I'm such a nerd. You guys, we had all these birds who would come and they'd like shit all over the place. And I don't know, Ziploc went through this thing where they're container bowls. I don't know. For some reason, I guess people were complaining because there weren't like lids that fit the containers. So they went through something where it was like they had these plastic things that kind of went over it and it looked like shower caps.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
So I started just wearing those at lunchtime.
Oh, it's better that than get shit on.
Yeah. So that was me. Hi, guys. Soon after that, I was Madison Sinclair. So me and Tina became really good friends on set.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my high school experience at lunchtime, I wore the Ziploc things. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. I appreciate
Better
that.
safe than sorry. I didn't want to get bird shit.
I've gotten shit on by a bird
Yeah.
before, and I wish I would have.
Just in your hair.
Yeah. Well, it was on my shoulder, but close enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still horrible.
Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Sorry.
Beautiful. No.
Sorry. I
good.
digress. Let's talk.
We
Sorry. Let's
tangent,
talk
like,
about.
We're so bad at tangenting, so don't.
Yeah.
worry
I'm
about it.
so bad too. So this could be like 14,000 hours. So
I'm
since
okay with that.
okay, so let's talk about behind the scenes.
Ooh, yes. What do you have any really a really something with the cast that really sticks with you to this day type of moment, I guess?
So I don't know. I'll have to go back and look and see if you can tell on the footage at all. But during the prom, yes. Speaking of Tina, she and I made each other laugh so much. Like, when you have that friend where it's like if you ever saw the person and you were supposed to be really serious, like you just
Burst
laugh.
out. Yeah.
That's us,
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
much. So
Oh, yeah. It's like love. So Tina and I were that for each other. And of
That
course,
was amazing.
yeah. So anytime we happened to be on the set together, and I just remember in particular during very serious scenes and in particular during that prom. And I had that ridiculous pink
yes, you
cake
yes.
topper dress, which I loved. I mean,
Amazing.
it was so.
It was
just I loved that dress.
that was very quintessential Madison. That dress
Yes.
that
And
was
it had a
her
life.
dress.
Yes, and it had a life of its own. And we were supposed to be very serious and getting on that elevator and everything. And Tina and I were sitting in the back. I think there were some scenes kind of pulled at the front, and then Tina and I had kind of moved our way at the back. And I just knew that we were going to get in trouble because we could not stop laughing. And I've forgotten to go back and look and see if you can see us in the background somewhere, just
I'm gonna have to look out for
cracking
that.
Yeah.
up.
That's amazing.
But
I
yeah.
love that you
And,
two ended up being really close on that, and especially considering your guys' plot line of being switched at birth. That's amazing.
Oh yeah. And we had code words for each other or whatever. I'd walk by and you know what, you'll see if you look, every so often when we talk to each other online, we have we'll drop little words that make no sense. and it's like it's just really random, and it would just be like the code word that we just have, and it'd be the most random thing, and it didn't actually mean anything.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like we were going to go do a heist or we were going to go do something. It was just like our little weird like code word that we had on the side, and it didn't mean anything.
Only you guys got it. It was for you two.
But yeah, we had a really fun connection together. And, you know, on the set, it was a high school, right? So we would go up and down like the quote unquote hallways or whatever, and there were roller chairs, and, you know, we'd just kind of like roll around on the chair. I remember we would like have choreographed like dances with
nice.
like Ryan Hansen would choreograph like funny things, and then we would all. I remember one in particular. There was like a you know how you can do rainbow with your arms. Like there was a period where out of nowhere Ryan Hansen would just come up behind people and just go. Oh, like you'd just be getting your hair and makeup done, and he was doing that with some song or so. You know, it's just like, and we'd play video games and the trailers, and you know, just random stuff. I always say that my favorite was "Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough" because it was a carnival.
Best episode.
I love that episode.
It's my favorite.
That episode was so fun. It was so fun. Everybody was there, and you know, it was just fun. You know, we had fun. We were young and not really getting into trouble, but just like acting silly. We were all kind of like, I'm a musical theater nerd, and I think we were all kind of musical. Did either of you do musical theater or do theater?
Yeah,
not after fifth grade.
All of high school. I was into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that feeling of being backstage with a bunch of other like super theater nerds?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. I think that was more the feeling of our cast, as opposed to you hear of other shows where it was like all this drama or drugs or alcohol, or you know, or you hear like people getting in trouble, and it's like that wasn't our cast. Like our cast was more like we were trying always to make each other like laugh, or kind of that like very much that like musical theater. It
definitely
theater
felt like a
just
family.
nerds.
Yeah.
We were just really nerdy, and
those make for the best friends.
Yeah. And I was really close with Percy too.
Oh,
I love him. He was more like he was very much like a soft landing for me all the time.
Oh, he's a sweetheart. I got to meet him at the fan event that they had for the season 4 launch, and he was such a sweetheart. My God.
Yeah. Anytime I was like worried about something, or I had like stupid actor insecurity or whatever, you know, it was like he was always a soft landing.
Oh.
Like also super fun, but just really kind.
Like there for you.
Yeah. I mean, Tina too, but you know, like Percy was just like, he's a good soul, that Percy. Sweet.
You could feel that with him.
Well,
yeah.
you
And
could
now
tell...
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was
please.
going to say, well, how you're describing it, you can tell, because everyone kept coming back. Like, you guys did the movie, and then you guys are back for Play It Again, Dick, and then for the new season. Like, shows when people don't like each other, no one comes back.
Yeah.
But you guys seem so happy every time there's a reason for y'all to reunite. So it's magical. It's magical.
You don't get that with a lot of shows.
No. I want more
No,
Madison.
and also I just think that like the writing is so great that I'm always curious to see what they're going to do with the characters.
Right? Because he never plays it safe with them. Rob will do what Rob wants to do if it's the story he wants to tell. And I wish a lot more creators would kind of not try to have outside influence and do more what their vision is. And we don't get that too often, and I appreciate that about Veronica Mars. Like
Yeah, me too.
you could tell when like the network tried to step in, but then he would try to like, okay, I'll take this, but I'm going to try to make it how I want it and still give the network what they want.
Yeah.
And
But to be fair, as much as I love Veronica Mars, it was never a huge hit, which is upsetting. I think it deserved
a
bigger
lot more.
audience, but I'm glad it's almost like a smaller knit group.
Yeah.
But I would love some Veronica Mars merchandise. That's the one sad thing.
I would love a Madison Funko Pop. Like, get me that now.
Oh, yes.
Where do we start this petition?
Oh my God, that would be awesome. Let's start this petition.
Get it going.
Let's do this.
Probably. Oh, what'd she wear? Would she be in her, like, cheerleading outfit?
Cheerleading outfit.
I think that would be good.
Yeah, well, okay. So I'm trying to think. Well, now she would probably have, like, mini Maddies.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh, my gosh.
So it's like, what would she wear that would be the ultimate, like, momager?
Yes. Oh, my gosh. She has a wall dedicated to Kris Jenner and how she wants to become her.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
I'm not Kris Jenner yet.
That is beautiful.
I'm not Kris Jenner, but then again, Kris Jenner is not me.
Exactly that.
I just picture her as
Kris
dance
Jenner
moms.
of the South. Neptune. South.
She's just constantly recording everything so that she can
Oh.
hopefully get just the small things she needs to go viral on something.
Oh, yes. She has a crew.
Yes.
She has actually used her money for a crew, right?
Yes. 100%.
She's like, oh, and she has no self-reflection at all.
no.
I mean, at all. She's like, I mean, clearly I'm just like Oprah, you know, I saved the world. I saved the world by showing people how I highlight my hair.
Yes.
You know, otherwise they would be doing it wrong. And like when you wake up in the morning and you feel good about yourself, so important.
So, yes.
You know, it's more important than reading. Like,
Readings for
you know,
nerds.
what is this book club?
I love it so much.
Okay, so now that we're at Future Madison, what's her Real Housewife tagline? What did you decide?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. So, I mean, I did do a little spin off of like Veronica Mars's season 1, 2, and 3, right? So, and we can play with this, you guys. We can play.
I love it. I love it.
We trust you.
Yes.
This is a trust fall. We trust you.
You know, I mean, obviously there's like, there's so much we can do with this.
There is.
For our future. For our future. Because I'm now creating our future here.
Yes.
Okay. Right? Because I always
Yes.
have one.
Yep.
She'd have like a seashell
Yes.
with like Poseidon in it. But that would be too smart for her because isn't Poseidon and Neptune, right? Poseidon was like the Greek god and Neptune was the Roman. Is that right? Do I remember this from 7th grade? Is that the correlating gods? But she oh my God, can you
Yes. She would definitely have a lot of filler going on.
Yeah, and hers would like almost make sense, you know, because she'd insist to write it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, of
Like-
course.
Yes.
Whore may have too many letters, but it's queen bee, not spelling bee.
Yes. I love that.
Oh.
Yes, please. She. It is so perfect.
It's not a spelling bee. It's not a spelling bee. Bitches.
I love the callback to that quote because that's like one of my favorite Madison quotes is because whore had too many letters.
Yes. Yes.
Because that's a perfect episode.
Queen bee, not spelling me.
Just screaming.
It's Queen bee. Yeah.
Did you get the turn right? Did you?
I only do one take.
I have stuff to do. I don't have time for multiple takes. Make it work.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay. Season
2. Yes.
I never feel guilty for being born into privilege.
Yes. That could probably be her tagline for life.
Yes.
Someone needs to like tell her the truth though.
Right.
I manufacture the truth. I can handle it.
Oh.
Oh my god, sorry. Oh, that is so good.
That's amazing.
So, what do we... I don't know if I can handle it, but what do we have for season 3?
Oh, hold on. I mean, it would be best if she had some sort of like eye mask or something, you know. Like she's a little hard up in season 3.
By season 3, yeah, she's just going with it. Like, I'm here.
She's like, she's been in and out. She's been in and out of some like rehabs or like somebody's.
But it's just a spa. It's not rehab. She just went on a spa trip.
Yeah, she went on a spa trip. I'll steal your lovers and haunt your dreams. Sleep with one eye open.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Those are so great. There's...
Oh my god.
Would she do like a little bit of like a stumble too when she comes back? Yes. A little.
Fine.
Oh my god, if she could have a chair like behind her too. She's the only cast member with a chair, but it's just because she needs something to hold herself up. Oh, thank you so much.
Oh.
Those. I would watch. I
didn't know I needed that in my life, but here I am.
So okay, speaking because you the sleeping with your lover. Did Rob give you any sort of a heads up when he brought you back for season 3 to drive that wedge between Logan and Veronica and like how the fans might
Overreact?
Yeah.
Have little hissy fits?
Be a little angry about it?
Did the fans have hissy fits?
No, never. I don't know what you're talking about.
Were they upset?
Veronica Mars fans never get upset with anything.
No.
I just know Piz definitely got, or Chris Lowell definitely got some flack for driving a wedge, and I don't think I saw much with people hating on Madison because they kind of expected Madison to cause some sort of trouble. Also, they were on a break, so it doesn't even count. It wasn't even Madison's fault.
Right.
She was just living her life.
Also, how do you hate Madison?
It's never her fault.
No.
It isn't.
She's the victim. Always.
Constantly.
She's a victim. Her mom doesn't even like her.
Right? Her dad's never even there. He's always on a business trip to get away from her.
She doesn't even realize she looks nothing like her family. I mean, she doesn't know what's going on here.
She's just happy.
Yeah.
Happily blissfully ignorant.
So I assume that people care a bit about Logan and Veronica.
Yeah.
There's feelings.
Smidge.
And when things come between the two of them, there can be emotions. And whether it's big things or, like Madison, like I think Madison was, I think, maybe the first big thing to. I mean, no. I mean, they're they always had a lot of things going on, but she was a really big.
Yeah.
She was a big one.
She was Veronica's like arch nemesis.
It was almost personal at this point. It felt very personal because Veronica hated Madison for there's no real reason to hate Madison. Madison did nothing wrong. She spat in your drink, Veronica. Calm down. Okay, she had no idea what was happening.
I know, and it was intended for her.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you.
Again. You know what? I think Madison is actually the hero.
Yes.
Our podcast is slowly becoming a Madison podcast.
It is, actually. Well, and that's like the biggest...
I think really...
Everyone wants to give Dick a free pass, but he was going to drug Madison if Madison wouldn't have accidentally given the drink to Veronica. Yet we want to hate on Madison, but, Dick gets to be a main character in the next season.
That's right.
To be fair, Ryan Hansen also just seems like a lot of fun. So I kind of forgive him because he just seems like a really fun guy.
It's hard to differentiate the two.
Yes. But I will say that going back to Madison being the hero, really she was just showing Veronica Logan's true side at the time. He was, not good enough for her.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't good enough, he wasn't good enough for Veronica. And, I think the dream sequence, because I'm trying to remember, the dream itself was just based on Veronica's fears, right?
Yeah. Because we just see what Veronica's thinking. We don't see what actually happened.
Right. And Madison was driving in the in their relationship, more in the conversation that she was having with Veronica, right? So I think more than even the relationship that she had with Logan, it was more just that joy of getting one up on Veronica, because Madison, I'm not even sure she even really cared that much about her relationship with Logan.
No. Probably not. I don't.
Did you guys feel that way?
Yeah. That she just, it wasn't about I want to be with Logan. It was, I'm going to get mine real quick.
I know, because I do feel like she had this odd obsession with Veronica.
Mm-hmm. She did. And what was it?
Well, I always like to call them Veronica's Batman and Madison's the Joker. They're always at each other, and it's perfect.
And it all kind of, what was it? I think it was in A Trip to the Dentist where Veronica's just like, I've never done anything to you up until this point. And then I don't know, it would have been really nice to kind of see them, Veronica and Madison, come together at A Trip to the Dentist. Veronica realizing that Madison was potentially going to get drugged and raped. But
and had some sort of
like a bond or something. So you did something really good. But in Trip to the Dentist, when Veronica is telling Madison that
she was raped,
she wasn't just drunk that night, that she was drugged. Madison has this you did this moment of realization, and then went into kind of attacking her.
The bitch mode.
Yeah. But there's just this pause and hesitation that I think really did just those 1 second or 2 seconds that it was did a lot for the character. You can see that.
Thank you. I'm glad that translated.
Yeah. It did. It's one of my favorite moments of that episode because it shows that Madison's more than this two-dimensional bitch of a character. Things are just turn a little slowly for Madison at times, and that's fine. It's not everyone's Veronica.
Yeah. No, I think that and I tried to think about that when I thought about like some of her other choices about, her relationships with the characters in Neptune. After that, every so often, like when she decided to be with Sheriff Lamb,
Good for her.
Yeah, good
for
for her.
Yeah, right? But it's like,
Yeah.
but moments like that I think can be transitional, and even if they don't immediately change a character, it can be like, all right, now it that probably opened up a little bit of Madison's world. Like, okay, we do have somebody in our school that's not just rich or poor.
Mm-hmm.
Because her life is so, well, these people are rich and can do something for me. These people are poor and they're trash.
Yeah.
But then suddenly at an 09er party, which is my like rich people who are good and can do stuff for me, somebody did something bad. That was like one color of that it was like one thing. And then it gave Veronica an element that was like, she's not just poor trash. There was a reason why she stopped being, it was like at least a moment that I think maybe, isn't going to make her suddenly go, oh, everybody is worthy of love because we all have a story. But
Exactly that.
Maybe would give her a little something like 30 years down the road. I don't know. You never know. Maybe she'll decide to like donate to something.
It would have to be oh God, I don't even know. It would have to be something superficial that she thinks is like world changing or something.
Yeah.
She'll donate her cheerleading outfit.
Oh my God. Just to make sure all girls that want to be on cheerleading can.
But only if they can. But only if they're like not too poor to afford the right shoes.
It's a charity, but not a super charity. Like, let's calm down.
It's a charity, but like charity for like rich people.
Rich people need things too.
Yeah.
They're trying to take rich people's money away now, so we need to hold a charity for the rich people. That's what.
Yes. It's a charity for people who are like getting more taxed.
Yes, that is that is exactly what her charity would be. She's getting scared of like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren.
Yes, it's the Bernie Sanders and charity. But she wouldn't even know who Bernie Sanders
No, she wouldn't.
is. She wouldn't.
He's just the tax man to her. That tax man's coming for us.
It's the charity for people who may have to pay taxes someday.
Someday
more. Someday more.
It would be a beautiful event. It would be beautiful.
It'd be so pretty.
It's so pretty.
It'd be so pretty. Oh my God, you guys.
What dog would Madison have? Because I'm interested in what you would give Madison.
A Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yes. I was either that or a Bichon Frise. Like, one of those. It has to be something small and fluffy and obnoxiously cute.
Oh, yes. Obnoxiously cute.
Like, won't go up past your calf in size. She has to, almost always be stepping on it. If it's not in her arm or purse.
Matching collar. Outfits match the colors.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Her Pomeranian and her Pujan Frise.
Yes! They go and get blowouts together.
Yes. My Bijani Poo. My Bijani Oodle. My Bijoodle.
It's
my Bijoodle and my Pomeranian.
Designer dog that she designed and got bred specifically for her.
Oh my god, that's also her side gig?
Yes!
But it's not like at her house.
No, of course not. No.
No, she has like
She
has
bought a
like
ranch.
a side ranch.
Yes.
Which is also a tax write-off.
Yeah.
Of course.
So cherry. I decided that I would make seeing eye Pomeranian and Bijoodles.
Yes. Oh my god.
They're so good. Oh my god, they're so good, you guys.
Blind people.
My
deserve cute dogs, too.
Pajoodles. My Pajoodles are so good. They can tell when I'm having a hard day and I come home. They don't even go to the bathroom off their wee-wee pad. They can tell. They can tell. I'm not even kidding, even if I'm in another state.
She has this psychic connection with her dogs that
Oh,
feels.
they have such a hard time when I'm not there. I mean, I do give discounts sometimes, you know, but not very often, only once. But, you know, we put that on our website. About that one time we gave the discount.
Because Lindsay Lohan wanted a dog, so I gave her a discount. I felt
Yes.
I felt bad for her, so.
I know she's
But
going
she
through
had
a
to
rough
bring
spot.
it. She was going through a rough spot. Really good.
I am such a good person, you guys. I just
I know. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and I just like, I can't believe it. I'm so proud of myself and my growth.
we do a lot of our own one of our segments in any episode that Madison is not in. We have what's called a Madison Minute, and we kind of imagine what Madison would be doing in that episode.
Bless you. Bless
So,
you.
We a lot of
Really
times,
bless you. That's amazing.
a lot of times we'll have it to where she does something really insignificant for the case, but thinks it's the thing that like cracked the case wide open, and she solved it. Like it's a very Madison thing to.
She
Like,
saves the day a lot in our stories.
I told Veronica to go look over there, and now like she solved the case. So obviously it was me. Like,
Well, Madison solved
You
Billy Kane's murder,
guys.
I'm pretty sure. It was all Madison.
Oh my God, she did.
Yeah.
it's probably our favorite part of each episode is figuring out what Madison is doing when she's not there.
Oh my God, you guys, this is so brilliant.
Well, it started out, we just
I
ended up
love
talking about
this
Madison
so much.
for 20 minutes each episode. So we're like, we'll make it a segment.
Yeah, so that we're not constantly like segueing over into someone that's
Madison.
not even in the episode. So we have a self-contained segment where we just talk about a Madison for that episode. And there was one, probably one of the shortest ones, is when they have the fire, not the fire drills, but the bomb threats at the school in weapons of class destruction, and it was really quick. It was like Madison wouldn't even be there. She would hear about him, and then she would just not be at school that week.
Yes, of course.
She's smart. She knows not to be there.
Yeah.
She needs a personal
Yeah,
week.
she's nothing if not like self-preservation. You know, she is self-preservation.
Yes.
She is not going to deal with that. She does not care that much about school.
She would just be like, could you imagine how Neptune would feel if I was no longer around? Everyone would be so sad if I died, so I have to leave.
I'm practically their mascot.
Yes.
Yes.
So, it hasn't been confirmed whether or not we will be getting a season 5. But we have.
I mean, we will.
Yeah, right,
Well, yeah.
right.
I mean,
Because
That's what this is right now.
one of our big ideas for season 5 would be Madison getting framed for murder, and then Veronica having to like swallow her pride and go and help out Madison and get her off of this murder charge. Like she has, because Rob said he wants like Veronica out of Neptune, and I could see like Madison probably in LA or something, or New York even, take Veronica even further out of California. And Veronica, or Madison's of course charged with killing a husband or something.
Of course.
And then it's just Veronica having to help her the whole episode, or the whole season.
That's what we want. So.
Yeah.
Do your part.
Yeah. So we're gonna get that
campaign
going.
for
Yeah.
this.
We'll start our own Kickstarter. Who needs a movie when we can have Madison season 5?
This is true. This is true. We need the figurines,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
With some figurines. We need to like do a shrine with some schnoodles and some pomeroodles and some pamoodles. You know,
A little altar, our Sinclair altar.
Yes. I mean, we can do this.
It would be great.
Well, it's
would be
funny how, because you're not even in that much of the series. You're in like a handful of episodes, but
Yeah.
Madison's the type of character that could easily be written off. But I think it's really all of you that when I think of season 1 and 2, I think Madison's in a lot more episodes, and I give that credit to you because you had such a presence. Like,
You felt
Yeah.
it when you weren't in the episode. You're
Yeah.
like, Madison's just around the corner.
Yeah.
I know it. And I think I mean, we have a whole segment for that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, it's good job. Like, damn.
not to
like,
fawn on you too much,
right,
but you were fantastic.
Because it could have gone to, like, another actress or whatever, and they could have just played whatever with her, and we probably wouldn't have gotten as much as we did with you playing her, because you brought so much to her, and it's amazing. Fucking love Madison. Like, it was
You guys,
favorite
thank
character.
you so much. Seriously. Oh my God, that means so much.
Because
That means so much to me.
I definitely
You
remember.
have no idea. I mean, that means
Yeah.
so much to me.
Well, I remember watching your first episode because I watched it when it was airing live. I was in high school and I was on the chat rooms and stuff, and I'm like, we need Madison back. Like, we need more Madison. And I remember there was a big group of us who were like, yeah, this chick better come back.
Right?
And
Well,
then
thank
did.
you. I mean,
Yes.
it might have been that.
Perfect.
you
That
know?
small little forum with like a couple hundred people.
I mean, seriously, I know that Rob talks a lot about how much that feedback counted. So,
Yeah.
I mean, this has been so huge and just ongoing. Like, this has been like, it lasted for just a few years. And then the Veronica Mars love it's like a freight train that just keeps going and going. And it's been such a huge presence in my life. And I never thought when I did the series back then that it would, transform into a movie and then Play It Again Dick. And then that I would have the opportunity to, to be able to be on a podcast today, I was thinking that when I was dropping my kids off at school, I was like, how cool that I get to talk to these guys, and have relived these fun moments. And I was sitting in my kitchen and I was looking back at the episodes and literally getting chills seeing the Switched at Birth episode that I haven't seen in
Such a good
years,
episode.
and seeing Tina, and just looking at the depth of the episode that at the time I appreciated, but I didn't even appreciate as much as I do today. Like it's a canon, right? It's like it's such an amazing show, and it keeps getting better in a lot of ways. And at the time, it's like filming it and seeing the script and reading it before before putting it on the camera, and then, you know, when you first see it, when it's live, it's like, I'm so nervous, and, you know, actually watching it and just being like, oh, Amanda, please say you didn't fuck it up. Because you don't know, like, when you're actually filming, you just do your best, and you try to stay true to the character, and you just want to give the fans what they want. Like, really,
You did.
know, I just want to be true to Madison, and I just want to do the best that I can. And so it's really now looking back that I can just let all of that go and know that it stood the test of time and just really appreciate it. And so sitting here now just talking to you guys and knowing that you are still enjoying this and still enjoying the work and saying, hey, let's revisit this episode. Let's look at this again, and giving me the opportunity to relive it with you guys it's been such a blessing for me. I mean, really.
We're
I don't know.
extremely thankful that you agreed to do this because, like I said, we're huge fans. So, like, just being able to get you on, like, it's surreal. It's great. It's amazing. I made this trip even so much better. Like, been looking forward to this since you said yes. Like, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Well, it's so my pleasure. And like, really, I mean, and I mean it, if you guys have, like, you know, if you have any more questions, of course, I know that we're like getting nostalgic, but it's like, really, if you ever have any more questions, if you're like, oh, what were you thinking here? Or what, you know, if you just want to send me an email or whatever, I you know, again, it's just so nice to look back and be like, oh, I do remember this, and I do, you know, it's really, it's so enjoyable to have that conversation with you guys. I can always just shoot you a little email, you know.
It's really funny. We haven't seen each other in 10 years. Like, I came last week, and you're kind of the highlight right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
100%.
you guys.
100%.
Wait, y'all haven't seen each other in 10 years?
Yeah.
He lives here in Denver, and I live in Vancouver. And
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been, 10
Seriously?
years.
And y'all do...
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's back this funky truck back. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So where did y'all meet?
So we were both part of a Buffy the Vampire Slayer forum, and that's how we met.
Yeah.
And then we had another mutual friend, and Joe came up to Canada a couple times, and then as an adult, it's hard, but
Yeah.
I finally had the chance to take some time off and travel, so I came to Denver, and I go back tomorrow, but yeah. We've been friends.
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Since
Oh my gosh.
2006?
2006, yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that you like became friends on this very like badass like female driven show, and then like you still love this badass female driven show, and it's like two really kick-ass shows.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
we went from Buffy to Veronica Mars.
Yeah, Buffy, then Veronica Mars was my life for a little while.
Yeah.
Now I'm back again. Yeah.
That is so cool. I love that. Oh, I have to tell you, I have just been cracking up and telling everybody how funny your podcast is.
Thank you.
As I listened to it.
Oh my God.
I was laughing. Oh my gosh, I was dying over how you guys were saying that you did not. Oh, who is it that you were you were talking about when Duncan went to Cuba.
Yes.
And you were like, we did not get enough Cuban Duncan.
He was looking good.
He was looking very good.
He was looking really good.
What?
Like hot Cuban Duncan. And when you were talking about how he put his newspaper down. And then Keith was there and he delivered his line. And, you know, and like how they had that moment. And you guys had like this whole digression about like hot Cuban Duncan with his scruffy look.
That's all we talk
And
about.
then
Is
he
the
was with
hot-
Celeste in the limo, and they had this whole moment in the limo, and how that was played, and I was dying.
Thank
I was
you.
sitting in my
you
car.
so
I was
much
crying.
for
I was like,
listening.
I can't wait to talk to them because they are so fun. I was like, these guys are amazing.
Thank you.
And I've been telling everybody, even people who don't watch the show, I'm like, we didn't get enough hot Cuban Duncan.
We didn't.
Like, they are so right. I mean, hello, Cuba did do good for Duncan.
Yes.
That was, I don't know which of you said that, but it was so
I feel
true.
like it was you.
It might have been me.
It was definitely Joe.
Well, I want to see now
I
that
mean-
he's in Australia. What has Australia done for Duncan? Let me see that.
I
Let me
don't
see
know.
that.
I don't know, but
like,
I think Teddy might be like a lawyer now.
He's a
Yeah,
lawyer,
he's a lawyer
yeah.
now.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe he's like hot lawyer.
Exactly. There we go.
Duncan, Australia, Cuban. I mean, maybe he could like lawyer out some like, you know, detective investigative like.
He'll be Madison's
ma-
lawyer when she murders her husband.
Yes.
It all comes together.
And then and then it's like a whole reunion for Veronica.
Get Tessa Thompson back in there somehow.
Oh my gosh! And Tessa actually has like some crazy powers, and she can just like lift Logan from the grave. Is it too soon?
I'm okay with Logan being dead. I'm not a Logan fan. He can stay dead.
I like him well enough.
I'm not. I've never been a Logan fan. He can stay put.
Okay, so maybe she's the new Logan.
Yes.
Veronica and
Just-
Jackie, yes. Yes. I am
See?
1000% down for that.
I mean, we can get some new viewership on that,
Right? I mean, we saw a little bit of it in
and
season 4.
keep our core, because then we'll have Tessa back.
Oh my god.
Right?
We'll get Tina Majorino back.
We have to have
Yes,
Tina back.
and then we'll just do a bunch of flashbacks with Logan,
There you go.
Yeah.
right?
There
So
you
then
go.
Logan will still be there.
We'll pull out the Madison wig from Trip to the Dentist.
That's right, the Madison wig, you know, and we'll just put on Logan.
I like
That's
that.
his flashback with the wig.
It's a rite of passage for flashbacks, okay? You have to wear
It
that wig.
is. It is. My God, if I could get that wig. Oh,
You would burn it. I agree. I
I would
agree.
burn it.
That's what you should
I would
do.
No, it would be on the witness stand.
Yes, it would be.
It would be part of on the witness stand, that wig. I mean,
Oh my god, yes.
you know,
Finally,
And,
the justice we deserve.
the justice we deserve. And that would explode in the bomb.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
that would be the bombing of the wig.
No, after the car explodes, you just see a wig flying out, just laying on top of the
Slow
rubble.
motion.
You can't kill the
Flying
wig.
won't
wig.
die.
The wig will never die.
And then Logan's like, JK, it's just a wig.
It's not hard writing TV. We just wrote a whole season.
Yeah, come on, guys.
See? Season 4.5.
Ooh, yes. Play it again, Madison.
Oh,
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Yeah.
wait again, Madison.
Did you ever get to work like with Diane Ruggiero? Because I know she would a lot of times put you in her episodes, which God bless her on that. And she wrote amazing
She loved writing for
Madison
Madison.
lines. Amazing. Like
Yes.
Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough, A Trip to the Dentist. Like they're both of our
The
favorite
two
episodes.
best episodes of the series.
And they both have a lot of
Yeah.
Madison and Diane Ruggiero wrote them both.
Yes.
So
Yes.
did you get to ever
Yeah, I meet her and
Yeah.
see her, and yes.
talk with her
Yeah,
about Madison?
a lot.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And I think Madison was like her, you know, I mean, I'm not going to say her favorite.
Her muse,
mean-
her muse, if you will.
Her, you know,
Just
but
me.
just
I
somebody
can't help
that
it.
she, you know, I think she just really enjoyed writing the
Mhm.
Madison character. So she said that.
You guys always had, like...
She definitely did say that.
You were always able to take her writing and just amplify it. It was... I always loved the episodes which she wrote and then you were in them. They were always a good time, like, hands down.
Thank you. Thank you. I love her. I love her. She's wonderful in real life, and I loved taking her writing. So I thought taking her writing and having it come to life. So I always thought that she and I made a good team.
Definitely, wholeheartedly, yes.
Thank you.
Like,
thank you.
Beautiful. Dream team, honestly. Like, seriously.
Thank you. Yeah, no, she was great. She's great, and she's wonderful in person. So, and I've run into her like just a few times randomly out in the world.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which has been fun. Yeah, and so it's always like, and I guess that's kind of maybe how I am. Like I'm always on fire or something.
That's awesome. It's energy.
But yeah,
no,
she's great. Yes.
So, I do have a small favor. It's a tiny one.
Uh-huh.
So,
what do you need?
With our Madison Minute segment, we have a
I love the look that you're giving.
We use like a clip from a trip to the dentist, and it's Madison. She said something like, "Can you keep your hands off me for a minute?" or something like that. And but I was wondering if I would be able to get you to say a line that we would be able to use for that segment.
Of course.
Oh my God.
Yeah, of course.
I love y'all. So what I mean, are you okay with what I had? Okay, cool. I wanted to have her say, "Can we take a minute to talk about me?" And that would be kind of like the segment intro to go into.
Yes. Hello, can we take a minute to talk about me?
Yes!
Perfect.
Yes!
Perfection.
Thank
Do you want me to do it
so
again?
much, Amanda.
I
Oh
can
my
do
God.
it again.
Yes?
Do you want
I'll take 2 takes.
Okay, we can do a couple takes. Yes. Can we take a minute to talk about me?
I love it so much.
Can we take a minute to talk about me?
Oh, I like that one.
Yes.
I like that one.
Yes. Gold.
Yeah.
Gold.
Whatever you guys want.
We'll just rotate them.
Right.
Yeah, we can rotate it out. Excuse me, it's Madison's turn.
Thank you.
It's time for a Madison Minute. Hello.
Yes. Oh my God, that's perfect, because that's like the only, like, the voice in it, there's like music playing, so it kind of drowns out the voice a bit, so it's kind of harder to hear it. So that's going to be just magical. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh my God.
Of course. You got it. You got it.
Do you have anything, bud?
No, I think I've already gushed enough about you. So,
There's not enough gushing.
Because I'm really bad when I meet celebrities. I've met like Rose McIver once or a few times, and I couldn't talk to her the first time I met her. And I was serving her. She came to the cafe I worked at, and I had to walk away. So I'm really bad meeting people. So this is nice because you're not here, but you're here
in our hearts.
You've done a really, really great job. I think you're improving on your skills.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. See? And you do such a nice job interviewing that, skill improvement,
yes.
More interviews.
Yes.
Poco a poco. See?
Would you be willing to come back for like an actual episode, like where we talk about like an actual episode of the show? Yeah, of the show we're covering.
Oh yeah. You mean not just us talking about our high school experiences?
I mean, that's fun too.
Like
that's probably what it will digress into. So I mean,
yes,
we would
absolutely. No, this is
Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough would be really fun to talk about together, like top tier episode.
Or the prom episode would also be really cool.
Oh yeah,
that would be fun. I actually haven't watched that one in a long time, so it would be fun to like see that, and I could wait to watch it, and watch it with you guys if you wanted.
Is it hard for you to watch yourself? I know a lot of actors don't like watching themselves, especially old stuff.
It's fine.
Does your son watch? Have you introduced them to Veronica Mars?
You know, my boys are kind of like, they're like, yeah, I know that my mom was in something. And every so often they're like, you're in a TV show? Or you're in a movie. And sometimes they think it's cool. And then they just promptly kind of forget.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
So
Sounds like kids.
I haven't really introduced them to it just because it always surprises me how like adult it is.
Yeah. Definitely.
As like a 15-year-old, it was a lot to watch.
Yeah.
And I felt like a lot of it went over my head.
Especially in the pilot, like there's a lot going on to Veronica in the
whole
child-friendly way.
Was very. It wasn't until like later in my adulthood that I like realized the actual weight that there was to being like raped.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be too good for a little kiddo.
No.
A little heavy for a kid.
I don't think I even really fully, like I said, like I didn't fully understand everything going on in the show. Even really while we were filming it, there was still a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's even harder because you're doing it out of order. You're not chronologically recording these. You're doing what scenes needed that day, so it's a lot harder to see the end result, I guess, with what they're building and everything when you're acting in it.
Yeah, it was interesting. So now looking back, like I can kind of see how it was. But I do show them sometimes like my images. Like every so often I'll be like, "Oh, look, here's this," like literally maybe a couple times in their lives. It's not like I'm sitting, "Look at mommy.
Mommy's got the lookbook. Run.
Look at me." That would be really, really weird.
Getting that Kris Jenner jump start is what it's
Oh, yeah. Love me. But they do think it's funny.
Have they seen the clip of Kristen Bell punching you out in the movie? I think that'd be a good one to show your kids.
I think that is the one that they've seen.
That's awesome.
It's a good one.
Look at mommy get decked in the face real quick.
Anna from Frozen punched mommy.
Yeah.
I think that's the one that I've shown them.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Clip to show. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. Also because my older son both of them were alive, but my little one was a baby, like an infant. And then my older son, I think, he was in preschool. So sometimes I'm like, "No, I was filming when you guys were alive." And they're like, "No."
No.
I'm like, "No, really. I do exist outside of your,
Mommy had a life prior to what you remember.
Here's mommy's IMDb. Here's the timeline.
These dates don't lie.
Yeah. They're like, fake news. They're like, you can't believe everything on the internet.
Oh my God.
Don't you know anything?
Amazing.
Woke.
Oh, yes.
But yes, I would absolutely love to see one. So you guys just let me know, and we'll circle back.
Yes.
Our calendars.
Thank you so much for doing this
amazing.
today. It's a highlight, a definite highlight, and I'm very appreciative that you said you would come on. So thank you.
Of course. You got it. Absolutely. And thank you guys so much for being fans and keeping Veronica Mars alive in your hearts. And
thanks for telling
really
people about us.
Yeah.
That promo.
Oh my
really
gosh, of
appreciate
course.
that.
Of course. Oh my gosh. I loved it. I was cracking up.
Nice.
I love it.
Because I think we're annoying,
I love
but
it.
it's fine. I hate listening to us because I think we're very annoying in our podcast.
No, you are not annoying. You are just you're You're great. I was going to say you're just yourself.
I'll take it. I will take it. That is actually
You're not
a
annoying.
wonderful compliment. I love it.
You're just yourself.
Madison approved.
Nailed it. That's all I needed in this life. That's all I need in this
Hashtag
life.
Madison approved. Done.
Oh, thank you so much, Amanda. You've been such a freaking blast to talk to.
Yeah.
And you've carved out an even bigger place in my heart. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. You're
you.
so welcome. You guys have a great rest of your time together. Enjoy it. Go celebrate. Go get drunk again.
We did that
That's what
yesterday.
well, I have stuff in the fridge. I'm getting ready. It's almost 2:00, so it seems a little better to start drinking at than noon.
Oh my God.
You're on vacation.
Preach. Fair.
Yeah, preach.
All right. You have an amazing day.
Enjoy.
And thank you so much.
Thank you. Y'all too.
Bye.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Well, that was the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the echo wasn't too distracting for you. I thought we had a really fucking fun conversation with her. I didn't think any part of it was really boring. I thought it was a fucking ton of fun, and I loved all of her fucking insights on Madison and her own takes on where she sees Madison in the future.
I just want to say thank you again, Amanda. And you did not have to do this for us, and we're so grateful.
For an hour and a half, too. She
Like, it was just
put in time.
It was just so much fun, and it seemed like you had a lot of fun, or else you just acted like you had a lot of fun. Either way, we really appreciate it.
It was a great time, and I really hope we do get her back for Ain't No Magic Mountain High Enough, because goddamn, that's my favorite episode, and Madison is always a fucking gem. Other than that, though, if you would like to follow us on social media, we are at Veronica Mars Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Or if you want to get in contact with us for anything else, complain about something, to say how much you love something, you can email us, veronicamarspod@gmail.com. Also, if you would like to follow Amanda Noret on social media, she is on Instagram as @Amanda Noret Reed. That is NORETREED on Instagram, and on Twitter, she is @Amanda_Noret. And then if you want to follow me on social media, you can find me @Ojo. That is OHJEAUX on both Twitter and Instagram. What about you, Travis?
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram Travis Truant. That's TRU. No, sorry. You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram Travis Truant. That's Travis, and then TRUANT for Travis. Or fuck.
Oh. Good enough.
You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram Travis Truant. That's Travis, and then TRUANT.
And then if you like this interview and would like to let us know how much you enjoy the podcast, you can scroll down to whatever podcast app you're using, find the rating system, and find that 5-star and give us a little
Tappa, tappa, tappa.
to let us know how much you loved us or Amanda Noret Reed. And with that, we will see you guys next week with our return to Veronica Mars, finally, with Season 2, Episode 1, Normal is the Watchword. And I wish you guys were having a better day than us, because fuck, we got to interview Amanda Noret Reed, and my life's complete. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.